It's impossible to overstate just how important iron and coal were in bringing about and sustaining the Industrial Revolution. I mean, it's right there in the name. But what exactly is it about these two commodities that made them so essential? And why are they still so important today? Well, let's get to it. The Industrial Revolution was a big honking turning point in history, when lots of countries experienced rapid urbanization and economic growth thanks to new technologies and, well, iron, because iron was so versatile. It could be shaped into all kinds of useful things like, well, machines. Before the Industrial Revolution, most machines were made of wood, which was strong and easy to work with. However, as demand for machines increased, so did the need for stronger materials. Enter iron. Not only was iron stronger than wood, but it also held its shape at high temperatures, made it possible to produce larger and more efficient engines. These engines, in turn, helped iron production increase, because they powered the machines that processed more iron or into more iron. It was a virtuous cycle. But just making iron wasn't enough. You see, during the Industrial Revolution, many cities started building extensive railway networks to move both manufactured goods and raw materials. And guess what? Iron was perfect for making the tracks and the engines that ran on them. In fact, the first steam locomotive that ran on rails was called, appropriately enough, Iron Horse. Additionally, iron was used extensively in bridges, tools, farm equipment, and even ships. In short, wherever you had an industrial process, you probably had some iron involved in it. But all those processes required a lot of energy, which is where coal came in. The burning of coal to produce steam power was one of the key innovations that drove the Industrial Revolution. And it turns out that the two byproducts of iron production, coke and limestone, are also the two things you need to extract coal from the ground. See, coal doesn't occur naturally in large enough quantities at the surface to be worth extracting. So miners would burn coke, which is purified coal, to produce a dangerous but necessary gas called carbon monoxide, and carbon monoxide reacts with the limestone to produce lime, which can then be used to separate the coal from the surrounding rock. So not only was coal the primary energy source for the steam engines and factories, it was also the key to unlocking iron's potential. And speaking of coal, don't forget to stay tuned for our upcoming video all about it. But why were these two commodities so important at this particular moment in history? Well, to answer that question, let's take a look at Great Britain, which was the first country to experience significant industrial growth. You see, Britain had a lot of coal and iron. But more importantly, it had lots of navigable rivers and canals to transport coal and manufactured goods to various markets. This gave the British a cost-effective way to ship their products all over the place, which contributed to their rapid economic growth. Not to mention that Britain was one of the first countries to develop sophisticated banking and investment systems, which funneled money into new industrial ventures. But having lots of iron and coal didn't just bring about positive changes. The expansion of industry had serious consequences for the environment and for people's health. As coal smoke billowed into the air, it killed countless trees and caused widespread smog. And the extraction of iron and coal often took place in dangerous, unhealthy conditions. Child labor was common, and many workers lost their lives or suffered permanent injury. Nevertheless, the combination of iron and coal reshaped the world. It enabled the mass production of goods, facilitated the growth of giant cities, and powered new machines that changed every aspect of daily life. Today, we continue to use iron and coal to meet our energy needs. Though we've found cleaner and safer ways to extract and refine them,